Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, technology, and social media, and items of interest that come up during the week that allow us to have a little bit of a dialogue. I want to thank all of you guys here on YouTube, as well as New Tech, for your guys' continued support as we go through this challenging time here on social media across the board, and even on some of the New Tech platforms. But nonetheless, guys, you have done a lot to help me out, and I appreciate all of you guys here on the channel.
We start things off from the Daily Caller. The Washington Post hilariously claims Bud Light sales have tanked because Americans don't like U.S. beer anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect illustration of what we talk about here on the BuzWeaver channel. If you are new, welcome. And also a reminder that here on the BuzWeaver channel, we take the difficult, we take the complicated, we take the chaos and tumult and break it down into something simple and understandable where the average, everyday, common sense person can understand how the media and the establishment uniparty frames things, and in particular, when it is an issue that the left is losing on, and that is the culture war currently, how they just change things around because, of course, they're the ones who know your mindset, your philosophy, your ideology, your worldview. They know what you're thinking, and they know what you should be thinking, and they're the ones who know what opinions you should have. So, of course, as we know, with the situation with Anheuser-Busch with Dylan Mulvaney, because he was sent a press kit, and of course, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand about Americans and the direction that we're going in and the mindset of Americans, although the left believe they know what we think and what we should be thinking and what opinions and have and how we should vote. But, of course, we have a wonderful dinosaur media outlets, or I don't know why I said it like that, but, of course, we have wonderful dinosaur media outlets like the Washington Post, who have to spin the situation. We can't have the simple truth, which is obviously something that they always feel that they work from a position that everyone is dumber than they are, and without their direction, without their influence, no one will really understand how the world works and how things should function and how you should approach the world and what attitudes and philosophies and things you should have. But as you can see here, the Washington Post, Bud Light has been targeted by a recent boycott, but consumers might be moving from the brand anyway, aimed stagnation for domestic beer in general. And that's absolutely a stretch. So obviously this is coming out on a Friday, I guess, when they believe that not so many people will be paying attention to it, at least this article. But it's absolutely absurd. It says here, Busch, Natural, Miller, and Keystone have not experienced the 29% drop in sales of Bud Light, which coincides with the boycott of the brand. In fact, Miller Lite has expected a 20.7% and Coors Light 22 increase in sales since the boycott began. So that's them. Well, that's the reader's note within Twitter trying to make a correction here on the Washington Post. And, of course, the Washington Post can't stand when people do these things, or the reader's notes, because, of course, it challenges their authority. It challenges their narrative. And when you do that, of course, they get very upset. And it isn't that people don't understand these things. Of course, as I said, the media believes that they know what your opinions should be. And so when you don't have them, or you don't agree with the left, or things on the left fail, it's because people are unreasonable. People are dumb. They don't understand. They're not accepting. They're inflexible. And it's absurd. People just don't buy it sometimes. You know, I mean, the common sense thing about it is we know what happened with Dylan Mulvaney. We know that it changed the brand from what was America's #1 beer into what now people are saying is just gay beer. And whether or not I don't think Bud was trying to achieve that. I think what it was trying to do was it was trying to be virtuous and try to appear as though it is enlightened and tries to appear that, like I just said here, that they are virtuous, which is virtue signaling or pink washing. And they just wanted that attention to say, look at us. Look how we're so tolerant. Look at how we're so aware of what's going on around us. Instead of just targeting the American people because the product is for Americans, they had to go and selectively pick certain groups of individual people. And this is the problem. You see, the left keeps saying that it's the right or the Republicans or conservatives that divide, but they're the ones who categorize. They're the ones who stereotype. They're the ones who put people in different positions and spotlights and suggest that certain individuals need this and certain individuals need that. You know, this whole idea of equity where you raise one person by lowering the other and never seeing the ethical implication of having to lower or punish someone else so you can lift someone else up, instead of it just being equal across the board and then addressing those issues and situations and times where something may be unequal or unjust, and then you address it. But for the left, of course, they always have to move the scale or put their thumb on it to make the necessary adjustments. So you see just a few more posts here. This is the one that absolutely is just a typical leftist progressive mindset. A historic, never seen before drop in sales revenue and volume. But sure, it wasn't backlash. People just don't like beer anymore. You all are beyond ridiculous. You see, he's expressing the idea here of what they're trying to tell everyone else, and that is that you're so dumb. It's not about the Dylan Mulvaney incident. It's not about the fact that he's a poser pretending to be trans or, a narcissist on his various social media platforms looking for attention. No, it's because everyone else, of course, is just too dumb. And it never seen before sales revenue and volume. But sure, it wasn't backlash. People just don't like beer. And that's just such a almost naive approach to this situation. And with it being Friday, of course, maybe you're going to enjoy a nice cold beverage your own self. And, of course, I wanted to make it kind of light on the topic today, because of being Friday and all that. But it's just amazing, is it not? Just a perfect illustration for you guys of how the left and the uniparty and the establishment, how they drive a narrative, I assume that people are just too dumb to figure out what they're trying to say, and that you should just believe them when they say things like, oh, no, it's not about Dylan Mulvaney. No, it's not about the fact that people are turned off by this whole trans and CRT and drag queen hour and all that. No. It's just that people don't like beer, or people just don't understand. You just don't have the mindset. You don't have the sophistication to understand these things. But it's absolutely ridiculous overall in general. And that's what I had for you guys this Friday.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. And, of course, below this video, if you want to help out the channel, there are various Amazon links there. So if you have Prime or use Amazon frequently, you can simply click on those and use the landing page to place your orders and watch your Prime movies and those sorts of things. Of course, it all helps out the channel. And, of course, your guys' likes and comments are always part of what I enjoy and appreciate, you guys helping out the channel across YouTube and on Alternate Tech. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you behind the camera there from the Galaxy phone next week.